All of my viewers and my subscribers, big up on yourself, bless up on yourself. Yes, man, I don't know. I was on the buckle with COVID. Yes, I still have 2 days in a quarantine, but I feel much better. Me come to give you know, a Mutabaruka and the cutting edge. Me I tell you say, me see a man calling, talking about his baby mother. I give him a whole heap of problem. Me people, if that woman and I work over here, me say something wrong. Me say that woman must work over here to control the police and even the judge. You know, have to watch it, to believe it. Trust me, that motor hot like fire. You know, take it in. Yes, man. And me people, me don't know if you don't know about this, but you can Google it. Yes, there is a girl that win $1 million in Ohio to get the COVID vaccine. Yes, there is a COVID vaccine lottery in Ohio. Yes, and there is a girl that win $1 million to take the COVID vaccine. So it's not only in Jamaica, them pay people to take that vaccine. Yes. Anyway, my people, take in the motor and big up on yourself, bless up on yourself. Wear on a mask, keep on a social distance. COVID is real. Me I tell you no, COVID is real. It got me, so me can't say nothing different. Yes, and it don't feel good. It don't feel good, even though it never get me major sick. One love, peace out, and walk safe out there. So you say if you're afraid to take the vaccine and you want something out of it, just go to Ohio. Yes, go to Ohio and you maybe win $1 million to take a vaccine. Yeah, maybe you will take a vaccine there. If you get them the money there, you take a vaccine. Big up on yourself, bless up on yourself.
Boy, Alpha.
That a boil bickle enough. River flood and rain a fall. Rain a fall, but dirty tough.
Kaboom!
But remember, you know, great minds discuss ideas, you know, average minds discuss events, and small minds discuss people.
Yes, this is the cutting edge on RFM. We're there with you. Alright, so we're up on a rough thing. We're up on a rough thing. So, I say that a whole heap of people kind of get reckless and all with the lockdown. Them kind of get frustrated and all them something like. So, we're going to ease tension, make some phone call, and make you say what you want there. You want the people them know say, we're going to take the phone call them from now. We never usually start take phone calls so early, but we will take the phone call them from now because over the couple weeks, well, we kind of nobody take phone call and certain little level one still. But we decided to take some phone calls, listen to what the people them are saying, and also make you relieve yourself. I mean relieve yourself by go to toilet, you know. I mean relieve yourself by talking, all right? So meanwhile, we are here on the phone call them. We want to make the people them know say the thing get away now. Yeah, because as you say, the thing I go down little and people are complaining, say, you know, people not take no vaccine. Them say Jamaica is #1. You know, them say people don't want to take vaccine. Them say Jamaica in the world is the #1 country in the world where most of the people them refuse to take it. Meanwhile, back in America, we see the place open up, whole heap opening up and go on. Me I tell you, we see what's opening up and go on in America there. Florida open up, New York. Me see Times Square ram up again. Me I tell you, Times Square ram up again. I was one stage with about 30,000 people there ram up. So I don't know if it's a fluke. I go on, but if it's not a fluke, I tell you, it's a good fluke. Because the people might get frustrated. And meanwhile, in the frustration, we say, America follow Jamaica with the mask killing them. Yeah, America follow Jamaica. I don't know why they want to follow still, but 12 people get killed during the weekend, you know, and today, Today, yeah, some more people get shot and get killed, and the man kill himself after. I don't know where go on. People want to blame it on the COVID still as a frustration, I like the people them, but I don't know about that still. But we want the place to open up. We want the place to open up. And not because me feel frustrated, because I don't feel like I sit down on my yard. I love my home. Yeah, I love my home, star. I love all the lizards and the birds and the flowers and all them things. I talk to me every day, and my wife there with me, and food there and everything. I don't know if people can go through that still, but I tell you about my experience right now. Me can't do it. You ever hear talk about lock up, people lock you up in your house, you're under house arrest? Well, that me put myself under. Me put myself under house arrest. You understand? So me not really worry about where I going outside it, so. You know, unless some people come knock on me gate and me talk to them, but even if them not come there, me see I'll cow and, you know, chicken and run up and down in my yard and cricket. I'll not hear the cricket. They're supposed to hear the cricket them on the microphone. But yes, we just say, me a call no? Yes, Ill.
Yes. Yeah, Muta.
You're blessed man.
Blessed Muta, blessed. So I'm playing with some more deal the man about.
Hey, go on.
The ganja business not deal with. You can't deal with that, right?
Talk about it, man. What you say?
Okay,
Anything you want to
right.
talk about?
When the law was being created by, when Mark Goldman, Minister of Justice, them create a section of the law that say, if you're a foreigner investing in Jamaica, you have to hold 49% of the business, and Jamaican must always hold 51%.
Mm-hmm.
That was law.
Yeah.
I heard in the House recently, this government with the Minister of, you call it Commerce, Mr. Adisha, him go around the law by saying, if anybody want to invest in ganja, you just have to apply for residency, and when you get it, you can own it 100%.
Yeah, I know. You see?
You don't understand where the money I think.
No, the money I deal with sell out. You the truth when they say Jamaica for sale.
So
And them are that.
that's I have and the man want to ask about it, because it will affect them, because once the man get residency status in Jamaica, you can own the ganja business 100%,
And I'm not telling the truth, And no foreigner I get citizenship down here, when I say enough, I talk about enough, Hello?
Yeah, hello, I'm there, man.
No, I'm not telling you, there's no foreigner I get citizenship now in Jamaica, from Europe and from America. No foreigner get citizenship.
But I understand the law do this to save the Jamaican people and by saying you can't own 49 and Jamaican must own 59. And them bad side of government you better own it.
When them say it.
You know? So
When them say it.
and the man you ask about it and the ganja man them down here and if them more stand for it, I don't want to go to them.
No, I ask you when them say it. When them say it. That means we can't get the tape. When them say it.
You know, the house, now when fiend time come to talk in the house last week.
Last week in the talk.
Yeah, now when fiend time to talk, Mr. Adisha.
I'm going to find the tape. I'm going to find the tape.
Take it away from me, Muta.
Yeah, man, definitely. Yeah, all right. So you plant ganja? You plant ganja?
No, but my fee said that my brother was a Rasta man and him suffer a lot. So my fee said them suffer enough to go in vain.
Yeah, true that.
You understand? Them time in the 70s, them suffer a lot for it. Some people, some benefit to come. Them man the way. And that was one way a whole on the benefit, yeah.
The whole of the way, I don't go them man there. The whole of the way, if you come.
You understand?
Because the claims that ganja is Jamaica gold. Yeah. You know, you have to know, say, that Jamaica, the government is anti-ganja government, The government is an anti-ganja government. You have to know that.
Aye. Well.
Yeah, you have to know that, yeah?
Yeah, all right, but we still have to tell them for the 51 still,
No, we're not saying to tell them for it, but I tell you, say, the government is an anti-ganja government.
Well.
All right. There was African Liberation Day. Them change it and call it Africa Day, but we still want to say African Liberation Day, but we know why them call it. I hope people don't even know why them call it African Liberation Day and the origin of it. It really started with the African countries, them coming together as former colonial countries and gaining them independence. So it was out of that coming together in Addis Ababa. Them decide say we're going to commemorate the 25th of May as African Liberation Day. It was called African Freedom Day before, and then it turned to African Liberation Day. Now it's named African Day. I don't remember what I call it. No, they've changed it so much time. African Day, Africa Day. But we want to say Africa leaders, the leaders in Africa, seem not to know the prize and know how to keep them eye on the prize. You know, the prize is Africa and African people. And we see a whole heap of the leaders, them, well, a lot of the leaders, them who was at that conference is no more with us. You know, remember that Kwame Nkrumah was the first democratically elected prime minister, president in Africa, was Kwame Nkrumah, and he was at that meeting too. Haile Selassie. Whole heap of ones, quite a few ones was at the meeting. And them when them declared 25th of May, African Liberation Day. And people used to say, why you say African Liberation Day and Africa liberated? Well, as we say, it started out of that idea that a lot of the colonial countries that was under French, German, English, Spanish rule got independence and decided that they're going to commemorate it that way. So now we still have that legacy of Africa Day, African Liberation Day, and the burner, the front burner too, where we need some kind of liberation. You need to really gather a liberation process, not just from the leaders in Africa, but from the puppeteers them are up here. So only by puppeteers in the Western world, that's how we see them a lead Africa. It's them same African there. We are lead the country now. Miss them ancestors to stand up on the shore, and when them capture so-called prisoner of war, them decide them going to do it with the prisoner of war by trading it with white people who come there. You understand? And we know the Islamic mind, the Muslim mind, where people don't want to address it. That the mind of the Muslim in Africa. I remember say Islam there Africa hundreds of years before the Europeans really infiltrate the British, as should I say, infiltrated. But the North Africa was very Islamic influenced. Even when the so-called Moors go into Granada in Spain, and then for 700 years are civilized Spain, the Muslim religion continued through West Africa, and that is what now, because as we know that whenever you're a Muslim, you don't see yourself as nothing else but Muslim. And all of them never see themselves as African leaders, because all of the African leaders them start to give themselves Islam name and say the others who is not Muslim is infidels, just like how Christian and say, if you're not Christian, you're a synagogue of Satan. Well, that is how the black people them in North Africa and West Africa used to see them fellow Africans them. So them start to treat them infidels, and them don't see them as one with them, you know, because you're not dealing with Allah. You understand? So a lot of them Muslims, African Muslims, them start to trade. Because I remember say the Arabs them used to trade Africans so long before Europeans go there. Because the first Europeans to go there go start trade Africans were the Portuguese with Christopher Columbus. And what people don't realize that Christopher Columbus used to traverse in Africa with the Portuguese ship long before 1492. King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella was uncle. The beginning of his journey as the captain, as the leader, as the biggest genocidal person that them send as Europeans But the Portuguese, them used to trade in a slave, trade in a Africans, I should have said, and send them across the Sahara Desert. There's not a lot that spoken about the slave trade, the African trades across the Sahara. When the Portuguese them was there, the Portuguese them never carry them through the waters, them carry them across the Sahara through the Mediterranean and go over into Europe. And Christopher Columbus was one of those people. When it's from that the Arabs them before the Europeans used to enslave Africans, and the Africans them under Islamic life and culture take it upon themselves to start to denigrate and influence the whole of the West Africa, Gold Coast, Ghana, Mali, Benin, Senegal, all of these places get influenced by Islamic religion. And the Islamic religion is what? Help shape people tell you say Africans used to sell out Africans. The African them who used to do these things never see themselves as African. A lot of them was Muslims. Them never into indigenous African traditions and indigenous African spirituality. Them was into Islam. So Islam perpetuated itself. That is why even amongst the Maroons today, and we keep saying it because we want you to know it, because it's not taught in schools. Even amongst the Maroons today, the Koroman to them in a Akombong and also the Moortown Maroons in a Portland, a lot of Arabic words is found there. Even the greeting Salam Alaikum is spoken amongst the Maroons them. When I first hear it, I wonder how Maroons talk Arabic. And then when I dig deep, I come realize them talk Arabic because the Arabic influence, the Muslim influence was deep in West Africa. Very deep. You understand? So these people now, in this time, as descendants, as I would say, as descendants of these Africans who stand up on the shore waiting for white people to come to take away them brethren and sisters. Not seeing them as brethren and sisters, but seeing them as infidels. A lot of us was seen as infidels by the Africans, just like now. Just like now. When black people see black people as from the synagogue of Satan, because you're Christian, you say, you see yourself as African. You're African take back burden, or you see yourself as Christian. And say if the other person or Christian, them not say infidel, but them say you have the synagogue of Satan. You need to baptize. You need to baptize. So when push come to shove now and things start to happen, always on the Lord's side come over that side, and always on Satan's side go over that side. And then know say no, it's not an African thing them are deal with. It's a religious thing. What I say it's not an African thing them are deal with. It's a religious thing them are deal with. Christian over that side and infidels over one side. Christian over one side and devil worshippers over one side, I can't to them. Christian over one side and Rasta over one side. And they have the same thinking too. Yeah, you have Rasta who have the same thinking. Because find a Rasta, you have Babylon and all them something there. So you must say, no, Rasta are going to rule the world and all them something there. I hear when Rasta talk them foolishly say, why Rasta why you want to rule the world? You rule yourself and your family. Because we people want that to them a Rasta. And when you look on him family structure, him can't be talk to him, pick to them. Him can't even talk to him, pick to them. And him want to save the world and can't save him pick to them. And that is really what we see how we are going now, that we need to develop an attitude that is unlike what the Christian teach us. That you over there, so me over there. So no, Rasta come with I and I. That is where Rasta come with. Rasta come with you and me. Me and you is second person. First and second person. I and I is one. And I said, so we have to look on it from that level. Say, we go into the thing about Rasta go rule the world. Rasta, why we want to rule the world? What you want to rule the world to do with it? but you're going to implement one world. Just like the white people that we talk about when Bush come with him one new world order. And you know, everybody have fight against new world order, but you have people out there who say we need a new world. And it's your religion that will control the world. That is how far people really this madness. Anything with them are deal with that will rule the world. So apart from yesterday, the 25th, which is African Day, African Liberation Day, it was also, I think, Sugar Mine at birthday. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Evening, what going on?
Continuation.
Mota, I don't really know what your topic about tonight, but boy, Mota, I think I reach me, but boy, only you alone me can't talk, because right now in another country, I come like only you alone can't speak justice to see it. But Mota, I have a problem. Here's the problem I have now, my brother. You know, say, I have a case in a court and I have a fight with my little son. And all of the government body them I go to and talk about what I go on. None of them seem to be doing nothing. So my plan say yesterday 19th of June coming. It's like say in a 2010 I was a part of a team that did a ride to some children at the Bustamante 6 Children Hospital that needed some heart surgery. And that thing say, yo, I want to do something like that come the 19th because I needed up my youth and you know, judge take on my son from me and give him to his mother and I know because of bad care or miscare, you know. But them have a thing now where they might try to tell me, say, boy, it's like say, father no have no right to them youth and mother alone and I can't see like
no,
that.
EL. What you want to do on the 19th?
The 19th, I want to do it, all right, I go back to court the 21st of June. So I want to do a ride on the 19th of June when I want to ride back around the 14 parishes. I want to take 24 hours and is a thing like this motor. I want justice to all.
So when you go around the parish, the 14 parish, how that go help you?
All right, it's a thing like this motor. I want to promote justice because right now enough injustice are going on motor.
No, we're not talking about the whole heap of injustice. We're talking about your court thing. What is it going to happen when you go around the island? When you go back to court? What going to happen when you go back to court? It's going to make your chances of getting justice better?
No, not really, no motor. You might think no. Now I try to say, boy, and not just me alone, I go through this. But I want the people in Jamaica to know, say, yo, when you see me on the road, you know, say, yo, me I do a thing for justice because this is the only way me think me can make my voice.
Okay. So how you going to get identified? When you do it, how you going to identify yourself?
Well, all right. I talk to a friend, I have a vehicle, and I go dip on my bicycle. I want them down-hanger race. You understand what I say? So, I go link some other people and I try to get to some people at the Jamaica Cycling Federation, which is supposed to go and see somebody next week. And I go put forth to them what is my plan because most of them I tell you, say, that's something that is like, say, all of my company them are far and death. Yes,
all right, tell me what did happen. Where did it happen? Tell me what's the problem.
All right, you know, my son get abused by his mother. And me did have my son. One judge give me custody of my son. And then through some little something they go down with boy, I get locked up and
What did go down?
All right, you want to know. The girl took out a protection order against her because she did have a alternative motive. That's what I say. She took out a protection order against me and for some reason, I don't drink motor, I don't have a reason to go to a bar. She go tell the police them, so boy, I come around bar and see her and I must interfere with her. The police them, like them.
Hold on. Oh, you mean you must interfere with her? You did interfere with her, I never interfere with her?
No, I don't see the girl motor. I don't see her. All when her son sick and her son then hospital, she no go look for the youth motor. So when I check it out now, like the police, them say, boy, would have interfere with our bar on the 16th of November 2016. And them see me the 16th of December 2016. And them ask me about it. That's a 1 month after in the motor. And when me tell them, say, no, man, me don't see this girl, me don't know what I talk about. The man them said, go on. No, she have the little boy now, December 31st motor. And when school I got open now, the 9th. Me go back at the police station now because of the protection order. Ask them to assist me to go up my son. The police them say them have to lock me up. They say for what? Them say because of the breach of my breach in November. 2 weeks me spend at jail motor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you never get a liar? You never get a liar?
You get a liar motor when I tell the liar something. The liar. Him not deal with it, so I have to stand up in a court and I try to advise my own self. The liar take himself off of the case motor because you know the liar make a recommendation to me like say, all right, yes, since the mother abuse the child and them farm away there, me I go sit with that the little boy go to a place of safety. So me I say, with all them little things over me a year ago and with all them place like the Amadale fire and all of them things there. Me I said, no, me couldn't live with that, you know, the boy my son go one of them places and something wrong with him.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So the lawyer take himself off of the case motor, so me have to represent myself and the judge don't make me know no motor. Say, she now come off of this case until she know why another judge would have given me the father custody of my son than the mother. And up to the day when the time come motor, the judge no want to hear it from me, I tell the motor. The judge know all when time I carry my son go to court, my son talk, the judge get all police and go detain my son outside and my son are just 9-year-old motor.
Really? The judge detained the youth?
Detain the youth outside at the courthouse and say no, she don't want him come talk to me. I say, Your Honor.
So which judge did give you custody of the youth? Which judge?
Yes,
Is that next judge give you custody of the youth, right?
Yes, motor, yeah.
So you never have no papers and things to say the judge give you custody of the youth, so you just show that judge.
No, this judge I don't care about that motor.
No, you can't say him not care. I mean him not care. You did show him any papers for sure say you get custody of the youth?
She know.
No, this is what I ask you. You did have papers for sure say you get custody of the youth from the other court?
All right. The only proof I would have is that the other judge tell the mother because she come out of the youth life. The other judge tell the mother, say, because you know did it for the youth, you got to pay $1,000.
No, wait, no, brethren.
Yeah.
You say you go to one court and the judge give you custody of the youth.
Yeah.
And the next judge come now and I want to take away the youth from you.
At that she do.
No, she who? The judge or she? Which one?
No, man, the next judge take away my son from me.
Alright, so may I ask you, if this judge who take away your son from you, if you did show him say the other judge did give you custody of the youth?
Yes, Moota, I'm sure of that.
And you have, or is that woman is the judge?
Yeah, the last one is a woman.
Alright, so you never have no papers to show say you have custody of the youth?
Yeah, I'm sure of that.
You sure the judge says you have custody of the youth?
Yes, Moota.
And what the judge say?
She said she have to get to the bottom of it. Why the next judge? I said, then Your Honor, I'm not sure you.
Then she talk to the judge, she go back to the other judge?
No, Moota, she not do none of that. Moota, right, you know me, I tell you, Moota, I try every kind of avenue you can think of, Moota.
Alright, so why is it that the judge tell you say him not uphold what the other judge say? Why she say she not uphold it?
Alright, Moota. Me look on her and me tell her, say, Your Honor, you're being biased. Me want to change my matter from your court to another court. I used to tell her that, Moota, that's it, everything done there, so Moota.
No, why the judge decide say she not upholding what the other judge say? Why she not uphold it?
Moota, not tell her the truth. I know me still not understand. Enough of the police them in the court, not even them themselves not understand what happened to the Muta. Not even the police them in the court not understand the cause.
Gone. I have to take a break and come forward. Take a break, like.
I'm still there, brother.
Yes. What may I say now, you see?
Yeah, man.
It sounds complicated because if the judge, this woman judge now uphold where the other judge do, maybe should I go back to the judge?
You know, say Muta, I try to find that judge and them a tell me, say, boy, that judge not there in the parish again and Muta, I only political something in a Muta because I can't understand something, Muta, because some report, the report them mysteriously disappear, Muta.
So you know, have no, want to your liar, want to your liar.
Muta, you know, I tell you, say, the liar left me upon my face in a court to myself, you know, say, Muta.
So the liar never have no papers and the name of the judge?
All right. You know the name of the judge, you know.
So why you not find him?
Muta, then I tell you, I try to find the judge and they tell me up at the court office that judge gone out of the parish or the judge gone a foreign. But yeah, the wicked.
No, wait. It's like them gone out of him gone a foreign. That's what them tell you. Are you say that?
That them a tell me.
So the judge gone a foreign? Eh?
Say the judge gone a foreign. No, Muta, I want to show you how wicked that thing and this no Muta. You know, say, like say the girl get full custody from this judge October last year, Muta.
Yeah.
We just want you to hear this, you know. The girl get full custody October. And the judge tell the girl this when she give the girl full custody, say there are ways of getting help to my son. And you see by November 15th, the girl bring me in a court in a motor. For child maintenance, you know.
Child support.
Yeah, and you see by I just gave about 3 weeks ago. Judge got tell me, say, me to pay a child maintenance and hear the wickedest thing in a motor. Me, you see, before the judge even come up with this whole idea about giving the son to the mother full custody, me used to look after me old motor. I go buy him grocery and whatever I need. Because him then and his mother care, you know, so I do all of them something there. Here with this new judge will tell me, say, me not to do none of that. Me must give the mother the money. Me not to buy nothing for my son. And I say, but wait. You see the same amount of money which she asked me, say, to give the mother. And the same money me use and buy grocery for my son. The judge will tell me, say, no. Me must not buy grocery for my son. The girl have 2 other youth and she not work.
Oh,
the 2 other youth, them father dead. And this judge will tell me, say, me not to buy things for my son. Me must give the mother. So I say, Your Honor, me not do that. Me I look after my youth. So only motor, you know, say enough of them place all the way I say. Them are just, it's not even know, it's not all.
Alright, so why you not go get a next liar, Virgin? Why you not get a next liar?
Alright, you are going motor. Right now the thing kind of sticky one way because me did live in a boat dwelling. And the girl burned down the house last year.
The girl burned down the house?
Me and her go to court the day motor and the girl tell me in the morning say she go burn down my house. Me I report it before. Police them not do nothing.
And she burned it down?
The house motor.
You have proof you say that she burned it down?
Then she tell me in the morning.
No, she tell you that. Don't she tell you that she do it. Me ask her if you have proof you say that she do it.
Eh? I work me there and she come and me work and
yeah, but she can't go tell you can't go tell the judge that and she said she never tell you that.
Me tell the judge because you are going now. She burned down. We're supposed to go to court 2 o'clock. She burned down the house 15 minutes to 12. So when me there work and one of my co-workers run in and say, yo, your house is on fire. By the time we reach the motor, the house done in Gulf, gone.
So who Sarah burn it down? Who Sarah do it?
Well, nobody not tell me, say them Sarah, you know. So yes, when me lead the fireman and the police at the fire scene and I reach a court late, you know, so the same judge want to lock me up. The judge look on me and said to me, say, why am I coming into her court at this hours late? I say, Your Honor, this girl just burned down the house and all the judge do motor. Report it to the relevant authority. When we report it to the police, them the police, them out tell me just recently, Muta, say them conclude them investigation. And I say, oh, you have to conclude the investigation and you not even talk to me. Right now, Muta, I tell you, say the investigation conclude and I'll know the police will investigate the matter and not talk to me.
What a woman that...
Muta, now tell it, Muta. You might, I'll tell you one something now. They go down at the police station and the girl assault my son in front of the police, in front of the sergeant in the station.
How old your son is? How old your son is?
Him at 9, him going to be 10 July.
And where's the assault him, what you mean?
Alright, Muta. I see my son have some bruise on him and a brother, I call him and he call my brother. So I say, brother, what am to you like that? He say, boy, brother, you know, say, mommy do it. I say, what you mean, mommy do it? And so him tell me. I go down at the station with him and I ask the police them to call the mother and make she come and talk why she do them something to the youth. So when the mother come at the police station now, the mother said to the police them say, I know she do it and me do it. And they look at you, look upon the mother and say, no, mommy, I know daddy do it. And you do it. The mother go in her bag, Muta, in front of the police. I mean like a constable, you know, in front of the sergeant in the police station. And the mother take out a red stripe beer from her bag. She take out a Bible and she take out, you know that little aisle there, olive oil. And Muta, she opened the Bible on the police station desk. And she said to the little youth, yo, now your father do that to you, the little youth, say, no, mommy, you do it to me and not daddy. And the lady take the olive oil and rub up her hand, Muta. And open the Bible and quote some scripture.
So what the police them are saying them time there? What the police them are saying?
The police now say not the police.
It's not like drama.
Muta, that me I tell you. So
no, wait there. This a go on in the police station.
In the police station, Muta.
She took out the Bible and run up her hand with olive oil and then do her. What she do after she rub up the hand with olive oil?
Open the red stripe there and start wet me and the youth.
Will the police them stand up there?
And the police then stand up and I look on it, Muta. And none of them no do not.
So none of the beer never wet the policeman?
No, because you know the policeman like, alright, he might take the statement from my son. And it's because of the whole COVID thing. Alright, the police station have a veranda. So him the on the inner side of the building.
Yeah.
Take the investigation from my son with me and my son up on the veranda. So him a look and I see everything, Muta.
So wait, you know, when she took out the Bible and I sprinkle wet out you and the man with beer, what shall I say? What shall I say meanwhile that? What shall I say that?
She talk in a different tongue.
In a tongue? She talk in a tongue?
Yeah. And the police, them not do not. So I said to the police, them not care. I want to charge of assault, you know what them do? Then give me a ticket, Muta. I can come and come show you them something.
Well, what kind of ticket?
Say, come on, assault. So
who them say a come on assault? She?
Them give me the ticket, say, come on, assault. She just do.
So what to the youth? What them say about the youth? When the youth say she do it?
Muta, them not do nothing about it. Until today, Muta. So, me take it up now and I say, alright. They go for the CDA. I'm go for the CDA, Muta. Me tell them, Muta, which them already know about some things we are going from before. Muta, last week, they meet with the head of CDA. Her name is Carleen Stewart. I'm sure the things the man outline the things the man. She tell me this no Muta. And to be honest with you, Muta, at first me I deal with she said, alright, she go look into some of these allegations, Muta. I'm sure I have proof. So, Muta, enough things are going, Muta.
Alright, so answer. The police them did watch this Bible thing and olive oil thing. Them would have give evidence against her and say the youth did actually them right don't say the youth say she do it.
Them take the statement, Them take the statement. Yes, Muta, them take the statement.
Hello?
Yeah, man, them take the statement.
What? Where go on there?
Muta, yeah, man.
Get cut off. I cut him get cut off. Then how me not hear him? Yeah. Eh?
Muta.
Yes.
Yeah, me there, man.
You have to wrap up now still, you know, because you did upon it a long time.
Yeah, but you know, Muta, I love to come see you, cause a long time.
No, hold on, man. Because you got to tell me what's see me now. You tell me what you want to tell me, as now. You need to go, you need to do.
Yeah.
You need to go check the people them will deal with, the Jamaica for Justice people.
Muta,
eh?
I already good at some Muta.
And what happened?
Good at, man.
And what
Them tell me so them investigate, and it's the more them investigate, them not say nothing to me, and everything just a go worse, Muta. Me good at some Muta. Me bring my son to them.
Everything a go worse?
And them still not do nothing. Yeah, man, me good at, man. Me go all of the avenue them where me know them to go.
Alright, here we go do. Leave your phone number with the operator down already, sir. Just leave it. Just me go hang up and you call back and leave your number with the operator. Alright?
Yes, my brother.
Yes. We're there with you. In fine style, as we say, we have to take the phone call. What a story that brother just tell me. I tell you, man, say every man think burden is heavy, that story the heavy. That story the heavy rasta. Woman burning all them house, going at jail with Bible and olive oil and sprinkle and take out beer and a spring. What kind of woman that rasta? Do man take out olive oil? She ain't never get something like that yet, brethren. I never hear something like that in my life, man. The brethren say I go around the island, because I have to make people know where I go on, but one woman I give him so much problem, rasta. And then the judge, we don't know, rasta. That it sound weird, man. Sound weird. That one youth cannot go through all of that with one woman. One woman I give him all of that problem, man. No, sir. I tell you, I'm really not a problem. Really not a problem, man. Anyway, we'll continue. If any more phone calls there, make we just take them. Meanwhile, in between time, we want to play Sugar Minot. Sugar Minot is one of the man them who broke out, well, what they call dancehall. Film style of dancehall is big in Japan. Yes, them really go to Japan, go make it big. And only people don't even know that. Say, as a matter of fact, you have another brother named Augustus Pablo. Augustus Pablo opened the gate in Japan for reggae music. And then you did have Ernest Smith with Peter Potter, where him also opened the gate in Japan. And then Sugar Minot, a regular man, him opened the gate in Japan. And them man they know is no more, except for Ernest Smith was still about. Him wife passed with the other day, but Sugar Minot is one of them first man them where talk about dancehall in a song and dancehall as a place rather than a genre of music. And I'm still there with me. I never ever realized I have the youth on the phone so long. I tell you, so maybe someone that try call and couldn't get me because I must have wonder how me have been pan, but him story is something else. I couldn't really let him go. And then him reach the stage, I never even know. When I think the thing I go get better, the thing get worse. The man said the woman go in at the police station with a Bible, a bottle of red stripe beer, and olive oil, take out the Bible, in the jail, in the police station, and start wet up everybody, the son and him. And where's the woman they come from, Rasta? Where the woman they come from? I reminisce upon this brethren and this woman and the policeman. It's hard, I believe him, but it's hard for really picture in my head a woman come in a police station and do what she do. And the police just stand up in there. And the youth there tell her, say, yes, it's not daddy do it. It's you do it. A 9-year-old, I'm telling you what it is. The 9-year-old youth say, it's not daddy, give me the wheel for me and it's you do it. And policeman stand up there and watch this play out in front of him and not do nothing. Nothing at all. Policeman, she come in there with Bible and olive oil and red stripe beer and I wake them up. And the policeman just stand up there so I don't do nothing, Rasta. May I tell you, it's really something else to hear that. Really something else to hear that. You wonder, what police did they for do? What police did they for do? What police did they for do? If him really, I tell the truth, and she stand up there and do that, and burn down all him house, you deal with a woman and you have a youth and the woman come burn down. But if she can do that in the police station, she will burn down him house. Yeah, man, if she have the mindset to do what she do in the police station, me not disbelieve him when him say she burn down him house. Me I tell you. Yes, we're there with you. This is the cutting edge, trying times, as we are say. Why so much things are going on, you know, but we never want to talk about so much things, you know. This youth are there on my mind. I'm going to there on my mind the whole week, you know. I wonder if him left him phone number. We need to get him phone number, man. We need to get him phone number because he may have some serious problems or so. Serious problems. I could go Flatbridge. Why you up all the farmer them, you know, so we can't let out the farmer them after this program, yeah? Can't let them out at all, because I tell you, I get some lovely plant, man. You see the plant them? I tell you, say, the plant them big like me and the fruit in they find them, and them talk about you have to put fruit upon things. A joke them I make, joke. Yes. The man called Richie Stevens in the night, yeah. King and Queens. So, here we are saying now. The sex thing get up on another level in the government people, them thing, you know, it's like American politics are going nowhere. And a man who is belonging to the People's National Party now is accused of having sex with some minors. I don't know if you don't hear about it. Yes, it gone now from beat up. Yeah, I tell you, it's a joke business I go on in Jamaica. It gone from beat up over the chair now to having sex with minors, and it's not the JLP this time, it's the PNP. Imagine that. 2 girls come forward. It sound like America with Donald Trump and Epstein and all them man, you know, where the little young girls them come forward, but them people them give a statement because the police them investigate it and say it closed now, them not find no truth in the thing, but it never did at all. It come back up on him again. So now two of them come forward and say, yes, them used to drive you up and down where they might do him in a constituency and all over the place. And carry go to hotel, go have sex with you and all them something there. And even actually I pay my school fee and bicycle. And about half a quarter of them say if they even have sex with our mother too. And what is I going to do here? Them should let them think they up to me, you know, Rasta. People can't do them something there. They don't say, right, you do them something and you know, expect to get caught. And we are going now because I bet you if that thing where did go on the other day with the other man, we have beat up the woman with the chair, and they come now here in the house, say, later did I go to and fro between this and that in the house, and now you hear about this one, you come up, rise up again. You think say them easy, them set up these things, you know. Yeah, them set up the thing, man, because when one decides, say, you think you're going to make you get to know, because you never remember say you didn't say this and say that. And the other one I say you said that things you're going to make you get to watch out. I'm going to make people write up, say you did really deal with me. Deal with one little girl, two little girl, and I'm going to like say you never deal with them. And now it's a big thing now, big thing. Big thing right in the house. Them people that they come from, right in the house. You know, I never mentioned, but a whole people by now supposed to know that there's a flight that was leaving. It was supposed to leave this morning. Not this morning, so yesterday morning at 6 o'clock. Direct to Nigeria with a lot of Jamaicans Spanish. Well, the flight didn't leave. The flight didn't leave. We don't know when it's going to leave now, but maybe we still have time to get on the flight. Since it don't leave yet, I don't think it did full up to the brim, but I would have like, no, when it'll leave now. I'd have like, no, I know Cabo was on it and Shamara was supposed to be on it and some other, two other people I know supposed to, I don't know. The flight never leave, but we want to know when it's going to leave now. Yes, we want to leave now when it's going to leave now because we want to know if we're fast enough. Yes, if we're fast enough.
In the air, they poison the water. They poison vaccines for our sons and our daughters. Call it conspiracy, but it doesn't faze me. Watch some world star hip hop and see if I'm crazy. Dumb upon dumb, the dumbing down worked. They can't answer a question, but they know how to twerk. And before you think that you're any better with your degree in hand and pocket protector, answer this. You voting for left or the right? Illusion of choice in a rigged fight. Television for multiple personalities. One watches news, the other reality. Both have the same owners, both have the same writers, both have the same purpose to kill our desires. Working our jobs, we are now so complacent. Photographing our food is now entertainment. We can't afford thrills. We can't even relax. Can you even clear your head without a Xanax? Or Prozac or Ambien? Go down the list. Who gave us these issues that Big Pharma can fix? They say harmful ingredients in such small amounts can't hurt anyone, but it's paramount. 69 doses of vaccines is what's on schedule by the time you're 16. Pharmaceutical lobbyists are second to none. In the past 7 years, they spent $800 million. That's chump change in investment return. Once you see, cancer alone is a $500 billion a year industry. As I mentioned before, this is one of the ways they've taken control of the people these days. We pay to be poisoned. I know that sounds nuts. Got a computer? Bill Gates thanks us. Watch Innovating to Zero. Gates' TED Talk stand to reduce carbon emissions, a population control plan. In his own words, here's the goal. If we do a great job with vaccines, healthcare, and birth control, look at the millions of dollars he's so generously given to make geoengineering a cure for emissions. Look up at the sky. Contrails my ass. Gates talks about sunblocking with sulfuric acid. That shit rains down into our water supply, seeps into our crops. You can see the trees die. Maybe I'm crazy, or maybe I'm not. But there's things that I notice that happen a lot.
Africans
Like when important bills
to seek
pass.
to regain their independence from the colonial masters. Historians will remind us that we were first enslaved, that Africans were taken, and this we seldom say. The first civilization to take Africans out of this continent were the Arabs. And they took Africans from the eastern coast. And it's sad that in that part of the world, there are not many Africans who remained, because it was in the business of the Arab enslaver to castrate Africans. We never say that, but we must say it because it is historically significant. Then the Europeans came, the Portuguese came, the Spaniards came, the Germans came, the French came, the Belgians came, Africa became the hunting ground for the European colonizers, and we were the sport. We built, our ancestors built the United States of America, our ancestors built Europe, and when slavery had lost its shine and sheen, the Europeans abolished it, but they replaced it with yet another pernicious enterprise, the colonization of Africa. The Europeans sat in Berlin, in Germany, in 1884, and they looked at the map of Africa and parceled it out. The British had their share. The Germans had their share, and Tanzania or Tanganyika was their share, as was Rwanda and Burundi. The Spaniards were Johnny-come-latelys in the arena, and they got little Equatorial Guinea and Southwest Africa. The French were here, the Portuguese were here, and we were colonized. This time round, they did not take us away. They came here, and they controlled us, and they told us, not in so many words, that we were children of a lesser God. And we were treated as if we were children of a lesser God. In fact, they told us that on the day of creation, we were merely hewers of wood and drawers of water. And if anybody were to doubt it in 1948, it was more blatant when Hendrik Verwoerd instituted the apartheid regime in South Africa. But yet there is a sense in which the God that we worship never sleeps. The colonial enterprise ran its course, and the European tribes, the Europeans never called themselves tribes, they called them nations, were engaged in a war. First in 1918, the European tribes fought, and they had something called the League of Nations, which died. Then they fought again in 1945. And what is unique about the European nations is that when they are engaged in tribal wars, they call them world wars. So there was another war between 1945, 1939 and 1945, and after that, a new kid on the block, the United States of America, took the lead in saying that colonialism was something that was undesirable. But at that time, Africans were never quiet. Those who had been taken out had already started agitating. Many of us here will remember Marcus Garvey, of whom Bob Marley says, Garvey was a buffalo soldier in the heart of America. And many of us will remember W.E.B. Du Bois. Many of us will remember that they started agitating that Africans must regain their dignity and their independence. And indeed, in 1847, in Liberia, a small group of Africans were brought back in Monrovia, and Liberia became the first independent black nation in the continent of Africa. So soon thereafter, in Sierra Leone, they also created yet another colony. But Africa was colonized, except Ethiopia, which they tried to take in 1938 and exiled Professor Dr. Haile Selassie, and unfortunately they were defeated, as you remember, in the Battle of Adwa. Africa can defeat European tribes. This history is necessary that we are able to appreciate the freedom that we gained. So that Garvey came, W.E.B. Du Bois came, but there was another crop after the 1940s who had had the advantage of European education. And there were people in Europe also who are beginning to recognize that indeed equality was necessary. And this was not anything new. In 1776 in the United States of America, the American state sitting in Philadelphia in the United States of America declared unto themselves that all men are born equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. A few years later in France, after the revolution, they also recognized that we were to be equal, so that the colonized nations which had now taken Africans thought that they were safe. They had taken Leopold Sédar Senghor from Senegal to Paris, and they thought that they were creating a little Frenchman. Little did they know that they were creating somebody who would want to overthrow them. They took Félix Houphouët-Boigny from Côte d'Ivoire, and they thought that they were creating somebody who would be subservient to them. They took Ahmed Sékou Touré and Modibo Keïta, and they thought they were safe. Little did they know that they were creating the future leaders and agitators against French colonization. And it did not stop there. The Portuguese also took Agostinho Neto and Amilcar Cabral and Eduardo Mondlane to Lisbon. Little did they know that those individuals would be the catalyst that would be necessary in the process of decolonization. The British also had their fair share. They took others. They took Mwalimu Kambarage Nyerere, Hastings Kamuzu Banda, Kenneth David Kaunda, and many others to the United Kingdom, Jomo Kenyatta. Little did they know that those would be the individuals who sometimes later, and in Ghana, of course, they took the Osagyefo, Kwame Nkrumah, and in Nigeria, they took Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, and Sir Ahmadu Bello, the Sultan of Sokoto. There is a sense, therefore, in which these individuals started recognizing that having been enslaved, having been colonized, we now had to liberate ourselves. And the agitation started. And Kwame Nkrumah and his Ghana acquired independence in 1957. And I still can hear Kwame Nkrumah through the vicissitudes of time saying in Accra, Ghana, that Ghana is free and will never be colonized again. But the freedom of Ghana means nothing if the rest of Africa is not free. I can hear...
Remember, so we'll be back here, you know. We'll be back here from 2 o'clock. We'll be back here from 2 o'clock. From 2 to 5:45 with the stepping razor. The art of what